So he asks about puja. And he said, as far as I understand, it's about the 5 elements and the 5 senses. But puja literally refers to the worship ceremonies that we do. So our yagna ceremony is a form of puja. That's the fire ceremony that many of you took part in. Our arti ceremony is a form of puja. People in temples perform different types of puja depending on the type of temple it is. The forms of puja are very, very varied. Before we get into the elements of it, though, it's really important to clarify that even though there are all these rituals, what Puja Swamiji emphasizes over and over and over again is that the rituals are not for God. What we are sort of indoctrinated to believe is that, well, this ritual makes Goddess Lakshmi very happy, and this ritual makes Ganesha very happy, and this ritual makes, and so you're doing the rituals to make God happy, and therefore God will give you something. So I'm performing a Lakshmi puja to make Lakshmi ji happy, and then Lakshmi ji will bless me with prosperity. Or I'm performing a Ganesha puja to make Lord Ganesh ji very happy so that he will remove the obstacles in my path. Okay, so the concept is very sweet, but Puja Swamiji reminds us all the time, the rituals are not for God. God isn't being made happy because you're offering rice, or you're offering ghee, or you're offering this, or you're offering that. It's not this makes God happy or that makes God happy. What makes God happy, all of God, in all of God's manifestations, is for us to be connected to God, for us to love God, for us to go to God. And it doesn't matter what name or what form you use, whether it's one of the myriad names or forms in the Indian tradition, whether it's any other religion, any other name, any other form, it doesn't matter. What makes God happy is when we love God and when we are connected to God. Think about it for a moment just in your own life. Let's say you have a child and your child failed their math exam. Now, you knew they could pass their math exam. They're very smart. But the night before the exam, they were out at a party. You told them not to go. They went anyway, and they failed their math exam. Now you're very angry. So, what does your child do? Makes you breakfast in bed, right? Day after the report card comes out, child shows up at your door, breakfast in bed, card that they've made that says, best dad in the world, right? Now, you know this child has done this because he failed his math exam. So you're not so happy with it. I mean, it's nice to have breakfast in bed, but you're not nearly as touched. You're not nearly as ready to give blessings. You're not really nearly as pleased with the offering as if that same child had simply brought you a cup of water, but just because he loved you. Not because he failed his math exam and was hoping that you didn't, lock him in his room for the next year, but simply because he loved you. And so you think, if we as humans, as parents, are capable of understanding who's doing what for us with an agenda, no matter how nice it may be, and who's doing what for us out of just love, then surely God also is capable of that. And surely God also feels the same way. Not quite so excited about being bribed or bought. So Puja Swamiji always emphasizes it's the love, and that the whole point of a ritual is to make you spiritual. And when you're spiritually connected, that's what makes God happy. So I'm going to give you a moment about the 5 elements and the 5 senses, but it's really important to understand that really what puja is a way for us to focus our mind, our energy. You know, you get into a relationship for long enough and you forget the rituals. You start to take each other for granted. You forget every once in a while to show up with flowers. You forget every once in a while how nice breakfast in bed is. You forget, you used to, when you were courting, you were giving foot massages. You were having romantic dinners. You were doing things for each other just to make the other one happy. And as life goes on, you sort of start taking each other for granted and forgetting those things. And it's nice. It's nice every once in a while having a ritual to remind us how in love we are. Not because you need to court the other again. You're already married. They're already yours forever. Not because you want something from the other one, but simply because reminding ourselves. I make you breakfast in bed even after we've been married 30 years, not because I need to court you, but because I need to remind myself how lucky I am to have you as my husband. I need to bring gratitude back into my life. And so getting up early while you're still lying in bed and making breakfast in bed is a way for me to recultivate my love and my gratitude for you. And so that's really what puja is for us to get out of our busy schedules, out of our busy days, and recultivate love for God in our lives. Now, that being said, yes, in puja we offer back the 5 elements. So we offer earth in the form of flowers usually. We offer water. We offer fire. We offer air and ether, incense, waving. Why do we do that? Again, just as a reminder, oh God, you have created these 5 elements. What can we possibly offer you back? Everything on this earth is made up of those 5 elements. Everything I have to give you is yours anyway. I mean, really, what can I give you? All I can do is take that which you've given me and, mold it into different forms and offer it to you in different ways. Whatever I make for you, it's made out of the 5 elements which you gave me. So it's a way of saying thank you and reminding ourselves all of that which we have, you've given me. So I offer them back to you with love and devotion. And puja, yes, it involves our senses. This is where we have the sense and the sights and the sounds and the touch and everything. We don't usually eat in puja, but after puja we take prasad. Although if you go a step deeper, they speak frequently about when you chant your mantra, you should actually even be able to taste your mantra as you're chanting it. So taste is not just, the halva or raisins or almonds I get as prasad when I walk out, but on a very deep level, can I even taste the prayers as I'm chanting them? And we do that, again, with our love and our devotion. This God is my way of knowing the universe. This is what you've given me to interact with the universe. Fill my senses. You, God, you fill my senses. You fill my sight, you fill my sound, my ears. You fill my sense of smell. All the time, not just in puja, but let me be filled by you. We run after sensual pleasures all the time. This tastes good. This feels good. But in puja we remember, oh God, you fill up my senses. And when my senses can be filled by you, then I don't need to run after sensual pleasures. I don't need to eat things I shouldn't eat just because they taste good. You fill up my senses. I'm filled by you. And it's an offering of, let me offer to you again. What do I have to offer you? I have my words. There's a beautiful, beautiful mantra we chant that says, oh God, all of that which I do with my hands, with my actions, with my senses, I offer it all to you. Everything I do, with any part of me, I offer it to you. And so that's where these elements come in, is it's all just an offering to God, an offering. Whether I'm offering flour, I'm offering water, ultimately what we're offering is ourselves. Yajna, which is the word used for the Havan ceremony that we have. Literally, the Sanskrit, the definition of that is sacrifice. I was speaking about this yesterday at our International Women's Day yajna. But, Indian culture, Hinduism, it's not about sacrificing goats or sacrificing virgins or sacrificing people. That's not the tradition. It's gotten warped. That's not the tradition of sacrifice. It's I sacrifice my senses to you. I offer them to you in your fire. Purify them. I offer you everything I do, everything I think, everything I say, everything I feel. I offer it to you. That's the yajna. That's the sacrifice. And so that's ultimately what all pujas are rooted in, is giving the self. You could give all the flowers in the world, all the water in the world, all the rice in the world. But if you don't give your ego, if you don't give yourself, if you don't give that which is keeping you separate, nothing's going to get you there. That's why they say, offer yourself to the fire. And then we become one with God.